Well, happy day before Thanksgiving. You're most likely thawing the turkey, getting everything ready for tomorrow's big feast. But what about the cleanup? Teresa Pollock of the Northwestern Water and Sewer District in Bowling Green joins us with a warning this morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Yes, I'm here to tell everybody that, we've got to make those great meals, but we also have to clean them up. And it's so important to make sure that we do so properly and not put any fats, oils, and grease down the drain. It's a very important message for us. So here's a view of somebody cooking some bacon, and you got to avoid putting that grease in the drain. Now, we're going to watch it as it cools. And you can see just how much damage just a small amount of this grease can do. Because when you put it down the drain, it starts off as nice and warm, and it will flow down. However, at some point it does cool, and that's when it can cause some pretty major problems.
So it solidifies, and that's not good for our pipes or our drains.
No, it can be very costly, and that's something you do not want over the holidays. I've heard some estimates within people's own plumbing system, that's between your house, your own sewer lines, and the curb. That's something you're going to have to maintain, and it can cost you hundreds of dollars to clean out any type of grease or anything you might flush down the toilet that you shouldn't, such as flushable wipes. That's a whole nother issue. But as you get into the public sewer systems, that's where you can cause thousands of dollars in damage, especially if it's one of those emergency calls that requires people to go out during the holidays. So we want to avoid that. We want to remind everybody, do not dump fats, oils, and grease down the drain.
Okay, so you have a pretty easy method, what people should do instead. So we want to put it in a can, let it cool, put a cap on, throw it away.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. In fact, I can show you right here. I was cooking up some bacon this morning. Here's some grease. Hopefully I will not burn myself.
She's going to share some with us
later. Put it in just any type of can. That is going to work. And then we also have these special grease can lids that you just put it over the can, set it down, let it cool, and then you can toss it away. And actually, we have these at our district offices, which you can go to at 12560 Middleton Pike. In Bowling Green. Actually, it's right on 582 between 75 and 25. You can stop in there today until 4:30. We're going to be closed on Thursday and Friday, but then we're going to keep these lids on hand throughout the holiday season, because it's not just Thanksgiving. We also have the Christmas season right around the corner. We might want to make sure that everybody keeps their drains clean.
And that's a nice, handy thing to have, because when you're probably dealing with the grease, you're like, well, I don't want to just, put it in a jar and stick it under my sink and it's, open and all of that. Yeah, those little caps that you can put on and take off as you add more to it.
Yeah, and it really makes things simple, and that way it doesn't spill, because you want to avoid the mess that we just saw right there in the video. That's something that you can do to keep things very, very clean. And also, remember, when you're cleaning out the pans, just like this, be sure to use a paper towel, because just a small amount of grease can cause a lot of damage, and then you toss that away too. Be sure to stay safe, not burn yourself, but it's also important to treat our drains with care.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to leave all the pots and pans on the stove top while you eat anyway. Let it cool down a little bit, and then you can wipe those pans out and not have to worry about running it down the drain, all of that mess. And as we said, it could cause a lot of damage. We don't want that to happen. So again, you can go by today. You guys are open today to pick up those little cap lids, can lids, and then you're closed Thursday and Friday. But then, as you mentioned, you'll be there the whole holiday season, because we're going to be cooking for the next several weeks.
Oh yeah, we know a lot of people are making cookies, whatever. You want to make sure not to put any type of butter, so just wipe out the pans or any type of mixing bowl that you might have, and be sure that use a paper towel and toss it away.
All right, good advice this morning, Teresa. We don't want to be making those emergency calls to the plumber to help us out. Don't want that to happen. Thank you for joining us this morning.